Hi everyone. I'm gonna try to be really quick. This is my 2014 favorites. I didn't do one at the beginning of the year or the beginning of January. Um, I just decided to do it. I did my favorites for January, and I said, well, you know what? Let me do my 2014 favorites. And I was explaining in that last video that there should be one more video, and that should take me to the time where I'm finished doing work for other stylists. So anyway, I'm just going to jump right in. As far as moisturizers, my favorite moisturizer of 2014 was the Marine Bright Formula Softening Lotion. I use this especially in the summertime, and I used some of this actually the other day, and I still have plenty in it. It's of a liquid consistency, almost like a water consistency. But yeah, this was definitely number one on my list. Next up, something that took me by surprise and I didn't think I would like, but I saw a lot of people using it, and I used it, but I didn't hit pan on it, but it gets plenty of use. One of my favorite highlighters was the 10K by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And let me see if I got any more room. But I liked it because it wasn't as shimmery as the highlighters that I use, because most of my highlighters I get kind of carried away with them, so they look they can have like those specks in it, and then as it settles in your skin, it just shows things that you don't want to show. But I like that one because it really looked like skin. So now I've rubbed it in and you can just see the light bouncing off of it. Isn't that pretty? So yeah. What else? um I just put this in my favorites, but I have to talk about it again. My favorite eyeshadow for 2014 that I probably used in every eye look is Brown Script. That color right there. And surprisingly, I didn't hit pan, but and I remember buying it kind of maybe like March or so. So that's definitely in my favorites that I would use again. What else was like? Oh, I'm on my second bottle, about to be my third. The Stay Matte Primer by Rimmel. I really hope they don't get rid of this. I actually have some on a day, and I'm rocking drugstore foundation, so I think this really kept it from looking slick and oily and what have you. So yeah, this is definitely on my list. Something else that I'm not a big all over loose powder face type of girl. I'll use a compact or I'll use my mineralized skin finish. Well, I'm still using mineralized skin finish, but I'm using the loose mineralized skin finish, and this is in dark. I don't know exactly when I got this, but as you can see, it's almost done. So that definitely is on my list, and I'll just take this and my brushes from the Pixie Woo Sisters, the Real Techniques brush, and just put it all over and press it in. And I love these brushes. These two are on my favorites because I love this one for my powder. Where's my other one? My battery is low. And this one for my foundation. So I know they came out with a new brush set, but I like these. These are just for me personally. I don't put these in my kit because for one, they're too big, but I love these for my own personal use, and I got a lot of use out of these in 2014. Was my Kevyn Aucoin SX11 concealer. I probably use this the most between this and it is the Deep, because I use 42 for up under my brow and 45 or NW45 for the top of my brow. And these were my favorite concealers for 2014. Also, I want to throw this in there because when I was using this combo, the B6 by Urban Decay, and this, when I was having those oily months in the summer, this did the trick along with the mattifying primer by Rimmel. So yeah, and I still use this sometimes in the winter if I think I have a rough day at work and I'm going to be sweating. I still use this. So this is one of my #1 setting sprays, and I think probably one of the only setting sprays I kind of use from June to the end of the month and the end of the year, besides the D-Slick. So I have more than one palette. I like palettes. And how can I put this? I'm not going to say I hate when I have to take them on shoots or on weddings, but I'm going to start with the Naked 3. It was my probably favorite palette, naked palette from Urban Decay, because at one time, this is all I wore are like rose gold colors, pinkies, and burgundy-ish colors, and this is just like me. This is Yoshida all over it. So this was like one of my favorite palettes, and I kind of stopped using it, but I take this with me when I do weddings because last minute changes is always kind of in the rose gold pinky kind of thing. So yeah, my number 2 favorite palette is the Urban Decay Basics. Urban Decay just really won with me in 2014. I mean, I think I was really pleased with most of the things that I got from them. I got some shadows that I like that I still haven't used, but I'm going to get them in 2015. But this little Basics palette, I said in my January favorites video that I used, had been using for the month of January, you know, brown script, all these neutral colors right here. This whole row was just like my friends, you know, for everyday quick looks. But there was a time when this palette, I could do my whole look. Like the summer, if I was really, had to be to work really, really fast, this whole palette, I could just use it. I could just use this, kind of darken the crease with that, throw this on the lid, throw that, really throw this on the lid, and maybe throw this color here, which is Foxy, on my highlight. Done. So yeah, I like this, and I've never put it in my purse, but I just like it, and I like how, you know, this petite it is. So yeah, now this should have been really kind of like number 1. I think I'm working in reverse order, but anyway, the Anastasia, but I'm just going to keep it real with you all. I'm not the type, I'm going to even say the type, but when people, I think I learned the hard way when I first started freelancing and really found out about YouTube, and I started watching people use stuff, and I was like, oh, I need that. I'd go and buy it. Oh, I need that. And then I wound up with a bunch of mess that I couldn't use, and I wound up giving stuff away. Some of the stuff now my daughter is playing in. And at that time, she wasn't even old enough to wear makeup, so now 5 years later, she's playing in makeup I bought that just was so unnecessary. So when people hype something up or a company up, I just be like, you know, that's just it. Like, those little chocolate bars, I was in Sephora, and I was looking at it, and I was like, everybody keeps talking about this chocolate bar. And I swatched, and I was like, I'm so glad I didn't buy this, because I think I got those colors from the chocolate bar here. Between my naked palettes, I got the chocolate bar. And other shadows, I just got so many eyeshadows, so I just didn't feel the need to buy it, and I'm just glad I didn't. So anyway, people were hyping up Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes when these first started coming out. I'm going to be honest with you, I liked the packaging of this. That's what really kind of sold me on it. And I can't remember who was using it because so many people was doing looks with it. But I have gotten my good use out of this. This is my favorite color because back to that like Embark, it's maybe a shade more burgundy to it, but this is something that I would throw in the crease. These two between, this reminded me of my brown script. This reminded me of a little bit of a blending color, almost like Uninterrupted. And I did put this on the lid, but some of the other shadows I really haven't used, but these 3 right here were my go-tos. So this has been pretty, I'm going to be honest, I don't know. There's a tie between these two, but I think this is my number 1 palette that I've used the most of in 2014. So if you see that I have shadows and I have not really hit pan on them, you all, I don't know if you've seen my collection, but it's almost impossible for me to hit pan on eyeshadows because unless I use them on photo shoots, so it's like in my kit type of situation. But for myself, I just like to play and I just get good use. So I think that is all. Not necessarily. I have to include this because at one point in every favorites video in the in the year of 2014, this was in there. And that is my Fix Plus. I think I'm addicted to the smell. Let's just spray it. It's the smell. I'm addicted to the smell. I know this is water. I know this. I use Evian water, but I'm addicted to the smell. It's so fresh and clean, and then I like the way it squirts out. It's not just, I don't know, I just love it. And I'm gonna tell you how much I love it. Hold on. I have 2 bottles on my thing, and I have probably another bottle that isn't empty. I love Fix Plus. And then now I see they have new bottles, so you know I'm trying to use this up so I can experience the new bottle. And I'm praying that it smells the same. So if you've gotten any of the new bottles of the Fix Plus, let me know if it smells the same, because I mean, I really, 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 really like the smell of the Fix Plus. So that's it. That is my favorites of 2014. I just feel like I'm missing something, but pretty much everything that I use on a consistent basis is right here in front of me. So yeah, and this is like what kind of was my little go-to makeup bag, traveling bag. So yeah. Oh yeah. And my number 1 eyeliner was the NYC. Now, in my cart on Inglot, I have the 77 liner, but it's just sitting there because I'm just like, I like this. So I don't know if I'll ever get it. And actually, I forgot to put this in my January favorites. So I'm going to include it in this one, but it's really kind of like my January favorites, but I did use it in not a couple of times, but it is kind of dear to my heart, basically. And that is the Richly Honed Pro Sculpting Cream. And really, honestly, I like this better in the summer months because I'm a little darker. So this is what it looks like. And that's on my Caucasian arm. So yeah, once you blend it out, it's perfect, and it doesn't have any red to it, so I really like that. So that finally completes my 2014 favorites of the year. And if you have any questions about any of the products, please let me know, or you want to share your insight of how you use these products or whatever, just let me know. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.